Hello, my name is Aidan Fetter, and I am applying for the TF position for the Intermediate Cybersecurity course next semester. So the first prompt asks, how would I explain a cross-site scripting attack to my pod members if they needed more information about it? The first thing I would do in this situation is go over the general idea of what a cross-site scripting attack is and how it works. I would first explain to them that a cross-site scripting attack is an attack in which the attacker injects a malicious script onto what is known to be trusted website. This type of attack can be used to initiate a fake alert box onto the victim's screen whenever a certain action is commenced, such as when the screen loads or when the mouse hovers over a certain object or clicks a certain object or link, for example, an image. And by doing so, the attacker can gain access to the user's cookies, they can document them, or they can steal their login information, and that allows them to gain access to data that they otherwise would not have had. I would also explain that by successfully implementing this attack, the attacker can inject a Trojan horse or other malware onto the victim's computer to compromise their computer and gain access to their data. At that point, I would show them an example of an XSS attack through my computer, either by using the Security Shepherd platform or through a different platform. I would give them a simple XSS attack such as a script HTML tag, and then using like alert XSS in between, and that way they know that you can simply inject the script onto the user's computer without alerting them that it's actually a script or an attack. If they need any further explanation after this, I will provide links into the breakout room chat, and I will tell them to look through them for a couple of minutes and see if they understand, if they have any questions through them, and then we will go over another example of how it is used and how you can defend against this specific attack. I would also show them a couple more examples on my own computer and then get them involved as well by asking them to add their own scripts onto the chat room and explain to me exactly what it does and how it works and how the user can defend against this specific one. Through the attacks I show them, I will show them the basic script one, I will show them the SVG and the different on errors, so like you have the on click, on mouse click, on mouse hover, things like that. I will show them how that works. If they need any further assistance, I will then show them the PowerPoint slides. I will guide them in the right direction as to how to utilize those slides and how to look through each one, and if they have any questions, I will be here to answer any of them. By the end of the breakout session, if they need further information about what an XSS attack is and how it works and how to implement one, because I know it took me a little while to do the security shepherd problems, so I understand. I will work with them one-on-one, help them understand exactly what they're doing, and show them that it's not as hard as it seems and that they can do it if they tried. While I do know a good amount about cross-site scripting attacks, there are some things I do not understand about it, so some of the questions that they might ask I might not have a direct answer to. And in that case, I would either go through the links with them to try to figure it out myself, or I would ask another TA for them to help me through it, and that way we all learn something new throughout this specific attack. If they still need some assistance with cross-site scripting and understanding how to implement it, I will either create my own CTFs or I will use the CTF platform, and that way I'll show them some basic examples of what it is and how it works until they can fully understand the concept, and that way they will do well on that week. The second prompt states, you have joined a pod during a breakout session with about 5 students in the room. All of the cameras are turned off and there is no active participation. How would you encourage engagement within your pod and facilitate discussion? So the first thing I would do in this case is ask if anyone in the group has a microphone. If they do, I will kindly ask them to turn on the camera. If not, that's okay too. At this point, once I know who is active in the call, I will engage in a simple conversation to break the ice, such as, did you understand this week's topics? Is there anything I can do to help? How can I help you succeed in your CTF challenges or in your labs or in your assignments or anything that was given throughout the week? By engaging the group in a conversation, I am able to show them that I am here to help and that they have someone to go to if they need assistance with specific topics or the labs or the projects or just material about the course in general, such as the grading system or makeup work or any other topic that we went over the previous weeks or something about the upcoming weeks, uh, I would then begin discussing the material learned from this week and ask them if they need help with any specific part or if there's any specific topic that they don't understand. And if so, I will add links to the chat for those that either didn't want to answer or did have questions about a specific topic. So I'll add some links in the chat for them and we'll go over it and make sure that everyone understands and that we're all on the same level. I will then go over some examples on my computer and ask them specific questions to get them involved, such as what am I doing in this part of the attack, or what would you do to implement this vulnerability? So I'll type in whatever they do, and then we'll see if that works, and that way they learn from their mistakes, and that way we can help and work together. That way they can be actively involved with both me and their peers, and everyone can learn at the same time. And this also allows me to understand that the pod members know the topics clearly and that they know what they're doing well and they know how to implement and exploit vulnerable websites. From there, I will ask if anyone has any further questions or if there's anything else I can do to guide them in the right direction. For example, if they need help with SQL injection, I will show them a simple SQL injection script, or I will add a link with a CTF challenge, or we can do a lab against it. That way they know the specific vulnerability and I can get them actively talking. I will also split them. I will leave the room for a small amount of time and I will let them talk like throughout a certain problem. I'll give them a certain problem and then I'll let them talk it out amongst themselves. And then by the time I come back, I'll wait for them to give me an answer and what they all discussed, and that way we can go over how their thought process, how they thought, what was going on through their mind as they were doing the attack, and that way I have a better understanding of what I need to work on and how I can help them implement this specific attack and help them know that this is how you do it. Throughout some of the examples we will be doing, there will be a few where I don't know the answer or where no one in the pod knows the answer at the moment. So what we'll do is I will either show them a visual online, either through Google Images, or we will look through a short YouTube video explaining that specific attack and understanding how to manipulate in that specific situation. And that way both of us can learn at the same time. I know that I don't know all the answers to that specific attack, and that's okay as long as I can get them actively participating and understanding that they're in a group and that when they work together they can accomplish whatever task that they're doing. And they also have me and every other TA within the course to help them as well.